Hey everybody, my name is Ali.
And I'm Rena.
Welcome back to the No Diet. Today we're going to be talking about why we started, what our struggles were during our whole diet, um, what it basically is, and who it's geared for, and what the next steps could be. So I guess it's a little bit about why we started. I actually woke up one day and I was 237 pounds, and I looked in the mirror and I
No, you were 327.
sorry, 327. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I keep messing that up. But yeah, so I was 327 pounds, which is huge. And I was not happy with myself at all. I looked myself in the mirror and was disgusted. You know, my belly was literally here, which is insane. And, I basically said, screw it. And I wanted to make a change. So I walked into the bedroom and I told Rena that I was fed up and I'm going to start. And if she's on board or not, in the beginning, she wasn't.
No, I wasn't on board at all.
So that's basically it, and that's how I got my motivation. I was just done. So some of my struggles were basically I was having trouble taking showers. I couldn't reach my back. I had issues with putting on my shoes and tying my shoelaces. Um, I was in a triple X, and those were getting tight. So finding clothes was terrible. Um, I mean, there were so many issues that I had. Just walking upstairs even was terrible. I I was getting winded doing the slightest things, and you know, I was fed up. And I just couldn't deal with that anymore. I mean, I've been fat my whole life, basically. Um, ever since, geez, ever since I moved to Colombia in South America, after being here as a kid in the U.S., running around everywhere. When I was out there, you couldn't do a lot of running around, so I was, you know, in an apartment building,
And
cooped
that was
up.
like what, from like
And that
8
was
to
from when I was
7, right?
7 to 14, so it was really tough for me, and I gained a ton of weight then, and I just became a fat kid, and I was always fat, my whole life. This is actually the skinniest I've ever been in my adult life. I've never been this skinny, and I love it. I wish I did it sooner.
So for me, it was a little bit different. But I did have a lot of same similarities and same issues that Ali experienced, including the walking up the stairs, having difficulty finding clothes that fit me. Obviously, the larger I got, um, you know, being able to put my shoes on. I think you even know that you've helped me with that in the past, where
Yeah.
I couldn't even like put on certain shoes because I couldn't bend over to reach my feet. Like I'm laughing now, but it's actually it wasn't a good time for either of us, obviously. But some of the differences that I've had was throughout the years I've always yo-yoed and fluctuated throughout my weight because I always went on crash diets, so starving myself and or eating very little or whatever the latest fad diet was. And because of that, over the years, it came to a point where I just wasn't losing weight like that anymore. And, now when I look back on it, it wasn't even a healthy way to lose weight, and I shouldn't have even done those things. But, obviously,
Life happens.
life happens.
Yeah.
But, um,
But that's a good segue actually into basically what this diet is, because we actually call this the no diet because it's not just KNOW, but it's also NO diet, because we didn't feel like this was an actual diet the whole time we were doing it.
mm,
We kind of looked at it as kind of a lifestyle change, as people like to throw around, but um, it really was a completely different way of eating and living for us.
mm,
And we wanted to do that. We
mm.
wanted to make that change right in the beginning. Maybe, like I said, she wasn't on board, but
So yeah, so I was not on board in the beginning, and one of the main reasons I was not on board was because I was just tired of depriving myself, going on crash diets, feeling like crap from not eating, just being unhappy, being stressed out, being frustrated, all these things, and I was just done. So I just was like, okay, I'm gonna be fat. I accepted it. I'm like, this is what it is, and I had no interest to join him because it was just to the point, like I said before, where I went on all these yo-yo diets and I would lose like massive amounts of weight, but then over the years I'd gain it back, and then like I said, it stopped working at some point. So I was just done, and like I didn't even want to try anymore.
so when I started this, it was actually March 1st. I remember that of 2019, and For the first 2 weeks, I wasn't very strict, but I was just making better choices and everything. And I lost probably about 20 pounds in those first 2 weeks. It's crazy how much weight I actually lost right at the beginning. And by the 15th or so, that's pretty much when Rena saw all what I was doing, and I wasn't making huge changes, but I was getting good results. So that I feel like motivated you as well,
Well,
right?
well, actually, what I decided to do in the beginning, like when I saw him doing that, and obviously we live together, so we eat together. So even if he's like in the beginning, we weren't making food in the beginning. Um, you were just making like better choices and going out and buying things that were better for your body. Cutting out processed foods, cutting out things like that, just trying to make little better choices. So while he was doing that, I was like, okay, like I had no expectations. I dropped all my expectations, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna do the same thing. If I lose weight, I lose weight. I'm still gonna eat what I want. If I'm hungry, I'm gonna eat. For me, I think the biggest motivator for me was having no expectations, not weighing myself, and just kind of making better choices without putting too much pressure on myself. And I think one of the biggest struggles we both have is we both like to eat food. Like we both love food.
Right. So we used to go out to eat all the time. If any one of you guys have followed us in the past, you guys know that, we're huge foodies. We love
Trying new things, eating like
exquisite cuisines and
mm,
different things like that. Trying everything out that food has to offer, basically.
right. Like we could literally go to a restaurant, and even if we weren't that hungry, because we wanted to try everything, we
We'll
would
try
just
seven things
order
on the
everything
menu,
just to get it.
and just try it.
Yeah.
Basically, we would go to family style restaurants and have tapas style, which was terrible.
Which is awful. Yeah.
Not just on your body, but on your wallet too. So,
Yeah.
I mean, literally, we've been saving a ton of money by just eating at home. So that's another thing about this diet is because we're foodies and because we like all these nice foods. I've seen from a lot of people who say they can't diet because they like great food. Well, we love great
We
food.
love great food.
If we want to go have burrata, we're gonna have burrata. If we want to have beef carpaccio, we're gonna have beef
If we're
carpaccio.
gonna have steak, we're gonna have steak. If we're
Right.
gonna have pasta, we're gonna have pasta. Well, not real pasta, but we've found a way to make
Right.
pasta.
So that's the whole thing, though. We've basically made a way to we've found a way to make anything we want
like a
with the
substitute
substitute
for
of it.
everything. There is a healthy substitute for
There
everything.
is. If you want to lose 30, 40 pounds, this is actually the great way to do it.
It is.
Because you can still eat what you want and just be mindful of what you're putting in your body and actually see results from it.
So really, the diet's for someone who just wants to continue, like I think, enjoying food, not depriving herself, not feeling like frustrated or fed up. Um, who wants to not feel frustrated and fed up, but maybe feels that now,
Yeah.
and just changing their life by just making small different steps.
Small changes
Yeah,
make
small changes.
huge results. And what we want to show you is that by following this process, you will see small gains, and that's good because patience is key. You don't want to just lose a ton of weight for an event and then that's it. And
No,
then
because
stop.
then you gain it all back.
This
Like
is something that we're going to be doing for the rest of our life. Now we know how to lose weight. Now we know how to eat right. I don't want to eat
we
bad
actually
anymore.
talk about that too. There's like we were like usually when I'm on a diet, I think of, oh, when is the end? When it ends, I'm gonna eat this, and I like make a list of all the foods that I didn't get
Right.
to eat that I want to eat. There literally is no end to this because I am completely happy, completely satisfied. I don't feel like I'm waiting to eat something that I can't eat now.
Right.
So on Tuesday, we're going to share another video about mindset. And that's actually, I think, the number one most important thing for the no diet is the mindset. And we're going to explain that a little bit more on Tuesday and give you more details about that. But in order to be successful, that is definitely, I think, the first
The
key
most important thing.
thing to really wrap your head around and understand.
So, until Tuesday.
Yes, Tuesday.
Peace.
Bye. Have a great weekend.